For the safety of your smile, use Pepsodent twice a day. See your dentist twice a year. Lever Brothers Company presents the Pepsodent show, My Friend Irma, created by Cy Howard and starring Marie Wilson as Irma with Joan Banks as Jane.
Friendship, friendship, just a perfect friendship. When other friendships have been forgot, theirs will still be hot. My friend Irma.
You know, today with living expenses so high, a girl has to be mighty careful how she invests her money. Me, Jane Stacy, I've always taken great pride in having a good sense of values. That is until I met my roommate, Irma Peterson. There I made my first economic blunder. How do I know? Well, one day I said, Irma, a penny for your thoughts. You know, I got gypped. Now, don't get me wrong, I love her. It's just that, well, for instance, the other day I was reading the newspaper and I said, Irma.
Yes, Jane?
Isn't this terrible? After all the work and expense, they find that 200-inch mirror on Mount Palomar isn't perfect. It has a small wave in it.
So what? All the mirrors at Coney Island have waves in them and they make money.
You, see what I mean? Well, perhaps some other time I'll try to straighten Irma out, but today I'm just too annoyed to even think straight.
Jane?
What is it, sweetie?
What's the matter with you?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just not myself today. I'm so nervous I could jump out of my skin.
Oh, not in this weather, Jane. You'll catch pneumonia.
I'm sorry I mentioned it.
Oh, no, Jane, I'm your friend and I want to help you. I wish you'd tell me what's making you so nervous.
All right, I'll tell you. It's my job, my boss, Mr. Thompson.
But I thought you said he was a nice man.
Well, he is, honey, but he's just too old to be in business. He's so absent-minded.
Oh, don't worry about it, Jane. My boss, Mr. Clyde's always saying my mind is absent, too.
Yes, I know, honey, but you don't understand. It's just that the job is so monotonous. I'm tired of this eternal struggle to make an honest living.
Well, Jane, there's only one way out. If you don't want to be honest, get married.
What?
Believe me, Jane, a girl has only two choices. Al explained it to me. Either a girl works and supports herself, or she gets married and supports her husband.
Irma, I'm not thinking along those lines. I was just thinking of quitting my job.
Why don't you?
It's not that easy, Irma. I couldn't afford to give up my job unless I had another one to go to.
Gee, I'll bet if you talked to Richard, he let you have your old job back.
Richard?
Yes, you used to say working for him was fun.
Oh, yes, it was. Oh, but I couldn't ask Richard. My pride would never allow me to.
Well, swallow your pride, Jane, and then if he turns you down, you won't go away with an empty stomach.
Irma, in case you've forgotten, Richard already has another secretary.
Oh, you mean that Carolyn Benson?
Yes, and for the life of me, I don't know what Richard sees in her.
Well, she's pretty and she has nice legs.
She's bow-legged.
Well, who'd know the difference when she's sitting on Richard's lap?
She wouldn't dare. Oh, or would she? You know, Richard tells me that she's rather slow. I wonder if he was talking about her work or... Oh, no. Come in.
It's only me, Professor Kropotkin. Hello, Jane and Irma. My two little Christmas trees. One covered with tinsel, the other...
Please, Professor, I'm not in the mood for any of your jokes today.
It's all right with me, Janie. I didn't like it anyway. But, Janie, my darling, you seem in a mood. What's wrong?
She's disgusted with her job and wants to quit.
Listen, Janie, jobs don't grow on trees. Unless, of course, you're in the lumber business.
I know, Professor.
Now, take me. I'm not happy working in the gypsy tea room, but I have to make a living. You know, there's an old saying. Everything that goes up must come down.
What's that got to do with me?
Nothing. This is a saying for elevator operators.
Oh, Professor.
I was only trying to cheer you up, Janie. Seriously, if you don't like your job, why don't you talk to Richard? Maybe you can go back to work for him.
Oh, no, I just couldn't. Maybe it's my foolish pride.
Oh, I know what you mean, Janie. Pride can be a very bad thing for a person. You know, years ago in the old country, when I was young, I met a girl. Oh, she was beautiful, rich, talented, and I wanted to marry her. But I was poor, and my clothes were ragged. So I stopped calling on her.
Your pride?
No, her. She wouldn't be seen going out with me. Look, Jenny, Richard has always spoken very highly of you. Why do you think he wouldn't hire you back?
Well, for one thing, he already has a secretary. That, Carolyn Benson.
Or maybe there's some way we can get rid of her.
Oh, I know how to do it.
You do?
Sure, Jane. Call her up and tell her that Richard murdered his last secretary and you wouldn't want her to suffer the way you did.
Irma.
Oh, Jane, I wish I could help you, but you still have a job, so take my advice. Don't ditch one job until you have another. And speaking of ditches, I think I'll go back to the one I live in.
Jane.
Yes, sweetie.
I know how you feel about your job, and if you're afraid you won't get another one, don't worry about it. I'll speak to my boss, Mr. Clyde.
You're sweet, honey, but I thought he had enough help.
Well, the other day he said he expected to have an opening for a new girl most any time.
He did?
Yes, it was right after I spilled the inkwell on his new suit.
Come in.
Hello, girls.
Oh, Mrs. O'Reilly.
Why, what's the matter, Janie? You look so depressed.
Oh, it's nothing. I was just thinking of quitting my present job. It gets me down.
Oh, I know how you feel, honey. Making a living can be very trying at times. You think I like being a landlady and taking the abuse I do from the professor? Just listen to this note he left on my door this morning. If I was a knight in shining armor, you would be mine even though it took force.
Why, that's lovely.
That's what I thought, but listen to the rest. Because what good is a knight in shining armor without a big, strong horse?
Oh, he's only kidding you, Mrs. O'Reilly. I'm sure he likes you.
Well, he has a funny way of showing it. Last night we were sitting in the parlor, and he turned off all the lights.
Oh, I see. He wanted to get romantic?
No, he wanted to get out. When I turned on the lights, he was gone.
Oh, don't worry. You'll get a man someday. You know what they say, the first 100 years are the hardest. After that, they can't run so fast.
Irma.
Oh, it's all right, Janie. I know that Irma doesn't mean anything by that. Oh, but I'll have to run along now. I'm taking a singing lesson.
Oh, yes, I heard you practicing this morning.
I wasn't singing. I was running the vacuum cleaner. It needs oiling. Goodbye, girls.
Hello. Oh, yes, Mr. Thompson. What? Why did I get 2 reservations on the Santa Fe? Well, I thought you wanted to take your wife. What do you mean I'm stupid? What? Having seen your wife, I should know you wouldn't take her anyplace? Mr. Thompson, I'm not stupid. No, and I'm not inefficient. And you can't talk to me that way. I've had enough abuse. You can keep your job. I quit.
Oh, Jane, you quit?
Yes. I couldn't take any more. Well, Irma, your little roommate is now unemployed.
Oh, don't worry about it. If Al can make a success of it, so can you.
Thank you. Come in.
Hello, Jane. Hi, chicken.
Hello, Al, honey.
Hey, what's the matter with you two? You look like a couple of pickpockets who just found out they've been on television.
Oh, it's worse than that, Al. Somebody has just quit her job.
Chicken, what about all my plans?
Oh, it wasn't me. It's Jane.
Jane? Oh, well, congratulations.
Thanks.
You got nothing to worry about, Jane. We'll have all the money we can ever use. when my latest deal goes through.
Oh, another deal? What is it this time? Dipping buttons in tar and selling them for cough drops?
Couldn't get it past the Pure Foods Act. No, this one is a natural. It's a special type roulette wheel for gambling resorts. In case of a raid, the operator presses a button, 16 horses pop out, and the guy asks the cops, what's wrong about running a merry-go-round? You go for it, Jane?
I'd rather go for a walk. Goodbye.
Curt character. What's eating the dame?
Oh, Al, can't you understand? Jane has quit her job and she's terribly upset.
Chicken, do not like the idea of Jane being out of work. She must find something. These are prosperous times and jobs is plentiful.
Then why don't you get one?
If I did, they wouldn't be so plentiful. Gotta protect the little man. But forget me, Chicken. Have been thinking about Jane. Think I have evolved a plan whereby she can get back the job she just quit.
What are you doing, Al?
I'm dialing Mr. Thompson, her boss. Now, you get on the phone.
Gee, what'll I say, Al?
Yeah, we gotta make it sound real sympathetic. Just say, Mr. Thompson, you must take Jane back because the rent is due and she's used to carrying half of the load, which is all you can afford. Hello? Mr. Thompson? Just a second. Take it, Chicken. Make it real sad.
Hello, Mr. Thompson. The rent is due and you'll have to carry Jane on your back because she's half loaded and you can afford it.
Hold it, Chicken.
Oh, Al, he hung up. I wonder why.
Well, guess her job with Thompson is really washed up now. Chicken, we got to get her another job.
Well, if it wasn't for that Carolyn Benson, she could go back to work for Richard.
Like your suggestion, Chicken. Our next move is to get rid of that Benson date, which calls for desperate measures. And between us, we can put it over. Are you with me?
Oh, yes, Al, but do you think we're doing the right thing?
Positive. After we finish, Jane will be only too glad to call us her friends.
I hope so. I never liked the other name she calls us.
Run the tip of your tongue over your teeth. If you feel a slippery coating, you have film on your teeth, and you need Pepsodent with Irium to remove it. For film is worse than you think.
Film collects stains that make your teeth look dull.
Pepsodent toothpaste removes film, makes your teeth look bright.
Film harbors germs that cause unpleasing breath.
Pepsodent removes film, makes your breath fresh and clean.
Film glues acid to your teeth. The very acid many dentists agree is the cause of tooth decay.
Pepsodent toothpaste removes film and the acids it contains.
Film never lets up. It forms continually on your teeth.
Yes, you have to fight film every day. So brush your teeth twice a day with Pepsodent toothpaste, because no other toothpaste can duplicate Pepsodent's film-removing formula. No other toothpaste contains Irium or Pepsodent's gentle polishing agent. So start now to fight film. Brush your teeth twice a day with Pepsodent, the toothpaste with an exclusive formula for removing film.
Well, little Jane Stacy has really fixed things up for herself. With Christmas just around the corner, I had to go and quit my job. Right now, I'm walking along Fifth Avenue trying to reach a decision. Shall I go back and talk to Mr. Thompson? Or shall I see if Richard is interested in letting me have my old job back? What to do? Let's see. If I go back to Mr. Thompson, I could walk into his office and say, "Look, I'm sorry I walked out on you. Will you give me another chance?"
Well, I'd like to, lady, but I'm supposed to meet my wife here in 10 minutes.
Oh, excuse me. So, in utter confusion, I tried to lose myself in the nearest telephone booth. But just as I reached for the door, it opened. And who was in the booth but Richard?
Why, Jane, what a pleasant surprise. I just tried to reach you on the phone. I've been thinking of you all day.
Oh, well, that's funny. I've been thinking about you, too, Richard.
You have?
Uh-huh. Were you really thinking about me?
Yes, dear.
Hey! Hey, would you two mind getting out of that telephone booth?
Oh, we're sorry. You see...
Look, lady, I don't care what you say. I know the housing shortage can't be that bad.
All right, we're going. Come on, Jane. How about having lunch with me?
Oh, I'd be glad to.
Tell me, Jane, how do you like your present job?
My job? It is positively wonderful.
Well, how come you have this morning off?
Well, Mr. Thompson likes my work so much, he didn't want me to wear myself out, so he told me to relax today. Why do you ask?
Well, it doesn't matter now. It's just that Miss Benson, the girl who took your place, is proving to be inefficient in her work.
Why, Richard, I understood you to say she was doing quite well.
Well, she is a capable girl, but she's rather slow. And you know how it is in the brokerage business, Jane. When the market quotations start hopping all over the board, I need a secretary who can work fast. I guess it's just my hard luck that you're not available.
But I am available. I could be.
But you said your boss liked your work so much he gives you time off to relax.
Well, that's just the trouble. I'm relaxing so much, I'm afraid I'll put on weight.
In that case, then come to work for me. How much notice would your boss need?
Oh, he's had enough. Richard, I'll take care of everything.
Good. Tomorrow you start at your old job.
Jane! Oh, she's not here, Al.
Poor dame is moping so about losing her job with Thompson, she's probably out casing some bridges to jump off.
Oh, Al, we've just got to get our old job back with Richard.
I'm working on that, chicken. Got to find a way to eliminate that Benson dame.
But how, Al?
Yeah, well, there is various ways of getting rid of undesirable people. History is full of various methods. For instance, do you know why a guest always stays 20 minutes after having dinner?
Yes, it shows good manners.
No, chicken. Has a historical origin. Used to be a dame by the name of Lucretia Borgia, who got rid of her undesirable lovers by slipping a little strychnine in their artichokes. And within 15 minutes, they croaked. So to this very day, when guests stay 20 minutes after dinner, it ain't to be polite. It's just to make sure they don't drop dead.
Al, your head is just a fortress of knowledge. A real rock of Gibraltar.
Thanks. Now, in considering how we can get this Miss Benson out of the picture, there is only one course to take. We will, as they say, louse her up.
But Al, she might be a nice girl. She might be somebody's daughter.
Chicken, this is a world of cold reality, where everything has to be hard and tough.
Oh, that reminds me, Al. Would you like a piece of this cake I just made?
No, chicken. Got to stick with this Benson problem. Want to break the good news to Jane that we got her job back when she gets here. When we can't think of something alone, why should we both sit here and moan? There's only one man to phone.
Who, Al?
Who else but... Hello, Joe? Got a problem. Huh? You can't talk long? You're in a hurry? Oh, what's the rush, Joe? Oh, you're going over to the lot to pick up a new car for Christmas, huh? Oh, what kind are you getting, Joe? Any one that still has the key left in it. We'll only take a minute of your time, Joe. Want to know how to get rid of a dame who is working for a Wall Street broker. What's my move? Not bad, Joe. Thanks a lot, and goodbye, noble friend. Chicken, Joe has given me a natural. We'll have that Benson dame out of there faster than a second-story man who has just found out the house he's robbing belongs to the district attorney.
How are you going to do it, Al?
Well, first we look in the paper and find the most worthless stock on the market. Then I call her up, pretend I am one of Richard's new clients, authorize her to buy 10,000 shares. Naturally, when Richard finds out what she has done, this Carolyn Benson is a dead pigeon. You like it, chicken?
Well, it sounds all right to me, Al, but suppose she recognizes your voice.
Already thought about that, chicken. We'll place a handkerchief over the mouthpiece.
Oh, that's clever, Al. That way she won't be able to see you.
right, Chicken. Now, to avoid interruptions, we had best make this call from a public phone. So let's go. Huh?
All right, Al. Here's a kiss for good luck.
Chicken, why do you always hold onto the radiator when you kiss me?
Well, it's a shame to waste all this heat.
I'm sitting on top of the world, just rolling a... Irma! Irma! She's not here. Oh, gee, I feel wonderful. Tomorrow I'll be back on the job with the man I love. Hello. Oh, it's you, Richard. My, you sound excited. What? You made a killing on the market? Why, that's wonderful. Oh, it is and it isn't? What do you mean? Carolyn Benson bought 10,000 shares of a stock that you thought was worthless and it went up? Oh, yes, I understand, Richard. No, of course I wouldn't expect you to let her go now. Congratulations. Bye, Richard.
Oh, Jane, why are you crying?
Dry all your tears, Jane. Have a feeling it won't be long before you will have your old job back with Richard.
Yes, Jane, your worries are over.
That's what you think. Richard just called me. He said that somebody gave that Miss Benson a tip to buy 10,000 shares of stock, and Richard cleaned up. Just when I was all set to go back to work for Richard. Oh, if I could only find out who ruined my Wait a minute. Why are you two staring at each other? Al? Irma?
No special reason.
Then why are your teeth chattering?
I'm on a liquid diet and I'm chewing my food.
Irma, your teeth are chattering too.
I know, we both go to the same dentist.
Don't try fooling me, I understand. Now, what are you trying to hide?
Chicken, we're trapped. We might as well confess. Go ahead. Tell Jane what you did.
Well, you didn't have a job, Jane, so I told Al. Now, Al, tell her what you did.
Chicken!
No, don't tell me. I can guess. You're the ones that called up and gave Miss Benson the tip.
Well, we only did it to help you, Jane.
Help? When you two scatterbrains start butting into my affairs, the only help I need is a long rest in a sanitarium.
I'm sorry, Jane.
Sorry? You're always sorry. You were sorry the time you cut holes in my best shoes because I said I felt like stepping out. You were sorry the time my aunt came to visit and you put whiskey in her tea because she said her spirits were low. You're always sorry.
Well, girl, sorry to leave you this time, but just remembered an appointment I have at 8 o'clock down the corner.
Oh, but Al, it's only 6 o'clock now.
It is? This corner is over in New Jersey.
Al, don't you dare move. I'll get it. Hello? Oh, hello, Richard. What? You want me to start working for you tomorrow morning? But what about Miss Benson? This transaction has given you a terrific reputation, and you're getting so much more business you'll need extra help. Oh, that's wonderful. Yes, Richard, yes, I'll be there. Goodbye.
Oh, Jane, you got your job back.
Yes, honey, and I don't know how I'll ever thank you and Al.
Ah, Jane, do not want your thanks. All we want from you is a little more respect for me and Irma. I admit that the general opinion is that Irma's a nitwit, and that I'm a bum. But you got to remember, none of them polls is accurate.
Yes, Al is right, Jane.
All right, honey, I grant that. And from now on, I'll have a different opinion of you.
Well, that's swell, Jane, because I want you to have more confidence in me. Now, yesterday you lost your wristwatch, but you wouldn't ask me to help you find it.
Well, if I didn't know where it was, how could you know?
Jane, that's wrong thinking. You must trust me more.
Why?
Because I know where it is. I dropped it down the garbage disposal.
Oh, Mother.
Don't think that you are safe from film. Nearly everyone has it. Just run the tip of your tongue over your teeth. If you feel a slippery coating, that's film. And you'd better get Pepsodent toothpaste to remove it. For film collects stains that make teeth look dull. It harbors germs that cause unpleasing breath. Film glues acid to your teeth. The very acid that many dentists agree is the cause of tooth decay. And remember, film never stops forming. No, it never lets up. So brush your teeth twice a day with film-removing Pepsodent. No other toothpaste contains irium or Pepsodent's gentle polishing agent. No other toothpaste can duplicate Pepsodent's film-removing formula. Get Pepsodent toothpaste with irium today.
Regardless of the wristwatch, I'm back working for Richard Rhinelander, and all is quite well with the world. In fact, I feel so elated, I think I'll take Irma to a movie tonight. Irma, would you like to see a new moving picture tonight?
Well, what's playing?
Well, we can see The Accused or The Return of October.
I saw The Accused, so let's see The Return of October. That month seemed to fly so fast I didn't get a chance to see what happened.
And you know, time may fly, but if there's anything that stands still, it's the mind of my friend Irma.
My Friend Irma is produced and directed by Cy Howard and stars Marie Wilson as Irma with Joan Banks as Jane. Park Levy writes the script with Stanley Adams and Roland McLean, and it's brought to you by Pepsodent Toothpaste with Irium, another fine product of Lever Brothers Company. The part of Al was played by John Brown. Hans Conried is Professor Kropotkin, Gloria Gordon was heard as Mrs. O'Reilly, and Donald Woods as Richard. Music was under the direction of Lud Gluskin. Our American economic system has brought greater material means for happiness to more people than any other nation. In view of the propaganda attacks from within and without, we should now learn the basic facts about our economic system, which gives us more jobs, shorter working hours, more vacations, higher incomes, more and better houses, schools, and food than any other country in the world. Let's keep it that way. This is Wendell Niles speaking.
The R-I-S-K, brisk flavor. That's what you get in Lipton tea. Yes, brisk flavor that picks you up, brings you back alive in a hurry. Brisk flavor that comes from Lipton's very special blending of the finest orange pekoe and pekoe teas. Try it. You'll find that this brisk flavor of Lipton's leaves you refreshed and ready to go again. And you can enjoy it often, because even wonderful tea like Lipton's costs less than any drink except water. Always ask for Lipton tea, the brisk tea, with that heartwarming Lipton lift.
Tune in 1 hour earlier next week and listen to the Lux Radio Theater, followed by the Pepsodent Show, My Friend Irma. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.